We turn now to the latest out of Iran. And this morning, the House of Representatives is set to receive a classified briefing on last weekend's military operations there after senators received their own version yesterday. It followed a contentious press briefing at the Pentagon held by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and General Dan Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Hegseth spent the first half of the briefing, mostly criticizing the media, before Kane then stepped up, told some stories, and offered some operational details. The president offered rave reviews, calling it the most professional and most confirming news conference he'd ever seen. He then called for reporters from some outlets to be fired. He repeated that position again later in the day, calling journalists bad people with evil intentions, threatening to sue the media outlets. The New York Times, in particular, said, "Go ahead. We stand by our reporting." CNN the same. Meanwhile, NBC News reports that the majority of senators who left yesterday's classified briefing on those strikes in Iran felt as though Secretary of State Marco Rubio and other top officials who led the briefing did a good job relaying the information. However, when speaking to reporters after the briefing, Democratic Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut offered a sobering assessment.
Listen, to me, it still appears that we have only set back the Iranian nuclear program by a handful of months. There's no doubt there was damage done to the program, but the allegations that we have obliterated their program just don't seem to stand up to reason. So obviously I can't share any of the details from this briefing, but I just do not think the president was telling the truth when he said this program was obliterated. There's certainly damage done to the program, but there is there's still significant remaining capability.
And that right there, Caddy, is the heart of the matter. And just taking a step back to remind viewers, after the strikes, the first assessment we heard, again, it was a preliminary assessment, one even delivered with low confidence, but from the DIA, which suggested that this strike may have only set back Iran's program a couple of months. Since then, that triggered the real anger of President Trump. We've heard from other agencies, the CIA and the like, some over international assessments suggesting that perhaps more damage was done. But no one is going as far as the president in terms of saying it's been completely obliterated. Iran will never start this program again. And the fate of that enriched uranium, very much a mystery.
Yeah, I mean, generally for leaders, the best plan of action in this sort of circumstances is to get all of the intelligence, wait for the intelligence and analyze the intelligence, and then give your assessment of the intelligence. When you give a pre-assessment of the intelligence that hasn't come in yet, you slightly prejudice people's perception of what that intelligence is. So, in fact, I don't think Donald Trump did himself very many favors by coming out straight away and saying it had been obliterated, because then you set the standard so high for what people expect that anything that falls short of that is slightly a political disappointment. As to that enriched uranium, I thought it was interesting in the press conference yesterday, we really got very little in the way of information about that gene. I mean, that seems to be the outstanding issue. And I've heard from people in the national security world, senior people in the national security world, that it's actually very easy to move this. You can get a 2-kilogram gallon. You can move this stuff around. It could have been those trucks we saw beforehand, but it could have been moved almost in anything. I wouldn't like to be the driver of those trucks.
No, but in the trunk of a car, you can move one of these boxes of uranium.
And we're just not hearing much from the administration.
Right. I mean, it's a bit frustrating because this is kind of an argument about assumptions in a lot of ways. I mean, everybody's making assumptions, including the intelligence analysts at this point, about what damage was done, at Fordo and Isfahan and Natanz, and about that enriched uranium specifically, right? And it makes sense that the Iranians would have moved it and dispersed it. And in fact, the IAEA says they intended to do that. So one guesses they probably did. But again, we're making assumptions. When there is better intelligence, and I think there will be at some point, we'll have a better idea of the state of Iran's nuclear program. So the range of possibility is the whole range, right? I mean, it could have been wiped out. They could have gotten their uranium. It could be years before they could get back to where they were, or they could still have the 60% uranium enough for 9 bombs. They could have centrifuges hidden away someplace else to further enrich it. They're certainly probably working on weaponizing that material. I think if you were the Ayatollah, you would be. So, again, we need more information before this argument actually makes sense.
And all of this big picture is why it's kind of too early to say whether these strikes have made the region safer or less safe.
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't know yet. The White House, meanwhile, however, to try and limit leaks, is planning to limit its intelligence sharing with members of Congress. A senior White House official tells NBC News the Trump administration plans to post less information on the system used to share classified material with lawmakers. The decision was made after an early assessment of the damage caused by America's strike on Iran was leaked to the press. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer objected to the move, telling NBC News, quote, the administration should immediately undo this decision. They seem not to want to see the facts get out. Just Trump's version of the facts, which we know is often false. Meanwhile, House Speaker Mike Johnson is now suggesting the leaked Iran report came from Capitol Hill, though Democrats, they're disagreeing.
There was a leak, and we're trying to get down to the bottom of that. It's dangerous and ridiculous that happened, but we're going to solve that problem, and we'll keep the coordination.
Do you think the leak came from Congress, sir?
That's my suspicion.
I don't think it came from Congress. The leaks were specific enough, and let me say, leaks are not okay, but the leaks were so specific that it implied that, like, somebody who actually had the document was talking to somebody, and, you know, typically members of Congress get to read something and then they walk out. So I'm not at all convinced that it was anybody in the Congress.
Sam, there's so little goodwill between Republicans and Democrats in the House at the moment, at a time when even over an issue of national security, traditionally, in the good old days of American politics, they would have found a way to come together, even if temporarily and even if pro forma. But they're just not doing that now. And I think, in the end, that squeezes Democrats further out of the equation, doesn't it?
For sure. Just a technical note. The original report on that DIA assessment was not from a congressional reporter. Take that however you want.
You mean it was not the report of it?
The reporter was not a congressional correspondent. I just want to note that. But to your larger point, the profound level of distrust is remarkable. And Jim Himes, who we saw in that clip, I think he's a member of the Gang of Eight. He's the House Intel ranking member on the Intelligence Committee. He was not told in advance of the operation. He told me he was sitting on his couch on a Saturday night, following it on Twitter.
Wasn't he having a beer?
He was having a beer, yes.
In the original story, Sam, he was having a beer.
I didn't want to be repetitive, but yes, he was having a beer. And I think there are serious long-term consequences to doing things like not sharing intel with your member of Congress. And by that, it's not just what we're talking about here of distrust. It's people need to have confidence in the intelligence, right? And if you can't get bipartisan buy-in, if you're not sharing with Congress, if in Trump's case you're saying your own DNI, Tulsi Gabbard, has it wrong, then increasingly foreign governments, nonpartisan observers, people who rely on intel will not be able to rely on your intelligence. And I think that has pretty profound national security consequences, where you want to be able to have a trusted intel come from your administration. And I just don't see, if it keeps going in this direction, how people would ever trust the intelligence produced by this administration, especially when Trump's running out there to say, oh, we obliterated the whole thing, we got it done, congratulations, I get the Nobel Prize.
To that point, it's the administration potentially limiting the intel it's sharing. That's worrisome, and also potentially pressuring government agencies, including the intel community, to create intel or material that is politically favorable to the president. That is deeply concerning, and there's a long history of bad decisions being made by White Houses based on faulty intel or potentially ginned up intel. That's something to keep an eye on going forward.